honor to our power, higher, shore, higher. Bahashem, Amashiach Yeshai. This is Akshama coming at you on a preparation day, right? We are the holy seed of Jeshurun, set apart offspring of the Most High, chosen peculiar treasure on earth, seeking to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Faith in the Mashiach Yeshai and walk on all the fruits of the Kodash Ruach power. Pray y'all having a blessed preparation. Pray it's being efficient and productive. Y'all, those that still might be asleep, I pray you having, signs and wonders, dreams and visions double, as well as saying you let the Most High man reveal to you what he's established to do, how you should be preparing, how you should be prudent, how you should be able to endure, right? Today I'm going to go over a lesson right quick, on the borders of the land. And this is being done, a lot for, the brethren that are here, Yashara that's here in the land, just for them to get the edified, scriptural understanding and breakdown. But also for everyone, that the Most High will it to bring this way, and everyone, that for them to know that there is a land and region where we are going to be protected. It is the land that the Most High promised our forefathers, and we're going to go over that land today, right? So let's get started, right? We're going to start first in Ezekiel chapter 20 and verse. Start at 5. And say unto them, thus saith the higher power, in the day when I chose Israel and lifted up my hand unto the seed of the house of Jacob, that means he swore, and made myself known unto them in the land of Egypt, when I lifted up mine hand unto them, saying, I am a higher your power. Verse 6. In that day I lifted up mine hand unto them to bring them forth of the land of Egypt into a land that I had espied for them, flowing with milk and honey, which is the glory of all lands, right? So this land that the Most High, spied for us is the glory of all lands, right? That should be something that you identify and tell you, about our land. It's not just like any other land, right? It's the glory of all lands, right? Let's get a little more. This is our Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 12 and verse 1. For thine incorruptible spirit is in all things. Therefore chastenest thou them by little. Talking about our forefathers got chastened by the Most High, right? Chastenest thou them by little and little, that offend, and warnest them by putting them in remembrance wherein they have offended, that leaving their wickedness they may believe on thee, O power. Verse 3. For it was thy will to destroy by the hands of our fathers both those old inhabitants of thy holy land. So it was in the Most High's will for him to raise up, Moses and Joshua, namely, to destroy the old inhabitants of the holy land, right? Verse 4. Whom thou hatest for doing most odious works of witchcraft and wicked sacrifices, and also those merciless murderers of children and devourers of man's flesh, and the feasts of blood. Because, they used to, the giants, they had giants back then, and of the Canaanites, and that's what they're doing. Verse 6. With their priests out of the midst of their idolatrous crew, and the parents that killed with their own hands, souls destitute of help, souls that couldn't help themselves. Verse 7. That the land which thou esteemeth above all other might receive a worthy colony of a highest children, right? So the land is esteemed above all lands, right? And the Most High said, man, he want to give us a colony, want to give us a little spot in there, right? Let us dwell there, right? Let's get one more just to introduce, this land, right? Let's introduce this land. This is Deuteronomy 11, and we start at verse 10. For the land whither thou goest to possess it is not as the land of Egypt, because it's the glory of all lands. It's not like it's better than the land of Egypt, right? From whence she came out, where thou sowest thy seed, and waterest it with thy foot, as a garden of herbs. But the land whither ye go to possess it is a land of hills and valleys, and drinketh water of the rain of heaven. If y'all knew about, I might have spoken on it before, there's a pool in heaven that the Most High lets the waters, because there's water above and under the earth, right? And there's waters that he lets trickle into the waters above the earth that bring forth the increase of the field. Regular water doesn't do that. Just water alone. There has to be this water from heaven that's mingled in it, right? Maybe I'll bring it out one day. Most I will. Verse 12. A land which the Most High thy power careth for. The eyes of Ahijah thy power are always upon it, from the beginning of the year even unto the end of the year, right? So this is the blessed land, perfect land, righteous land, holy land above all lands, right? Now, let's go into the promise right quick, right? So we can understand. All right, this is Genesis chapter 12. And let's start at verse 1. Now Ahijah had said unto Abram, Get thee out of thy country and from thy kindred, from thy father's house, unto a land that I will show thee, right? Now, we're just going to drop all the way down to the point, right? Verse 5, And Abram took Sarai, his wife, and Lot, his brother's son, and all their substance that they had gathered, and the souls that they had gotten in Haran, Syria, and they went forth to go into the land of Canaan. And into the land of Canaan they came. So the land, right, that the Most High is showing them is Canaan. Verse 6, And Abram passed through the land unto the place of Shechem, unto the plain of Morah, and the Canaanite was then in the land, right? Verse 7, And Ahijah appeared unto Abram and said, Unto thy seed will I give this land. And there builded he an altar unto Ahijah, who appeared unto him. So the land of Canaan is named here as the land that's going to be given to Abraham and his seed, right? Now, we wanna get some clear understanding real quick about this region, because I hear a lot of things and I want to touch this first. This is Genesis chapter 15, right? And verse 18, it says, In the same day Ahijah made a covenant with Abram. So this is when he made a covenant with him later on. Lock it. Saying, Unto thy seed have I given this land from the river of Egypt unto the great river, the river Euphrates. So this might make someone think that the everlasting land, right, is going to be this whole region, right? Now, let's go over how this was fulfilled already. Let's go to 2 Samuel chapter 8, right? 2 Samuel chapter 8, and I'll just read verse 3. David is King David. David smote also Hadadezer, the son of Rehob, king of Zobah, as he went to recover his border at the river Euphrates. So when David was, in power, you know that he had a lot of blood on his hands. Good blood, though, righteous blood, right? And he extended the border and recovered the border up to Euphrates. Now understand, where he's recovering this at, it says the king of Zobah. Zobah is another name for Aram. All right. Aram is known as the father of Syria. All right. So this is where the Euphrates River, if you don't know about the Euphrates River, it runs all the way up to Turkey, modern day Turkey, ancient Anatolia, ancient Meshach, right? So if you don't know this, the river, this border that he's extending, and this region that he is conquering and allowing to be, part of Israel now, it's up in Syria, because the Euphrates River runs from Turkey all the way down through Syria, all the way down through modern day Iraq, all the way down to, around Babylon and into the Persian Gulf. So you might hear some folks say that our land and the protected border goes all the way east over into Iraq somewhere. No, this is the fulfillment of that land from the Euphrates. It's not the whole length of the whole Euphrates River that the Most High has said he will give to Abraham and his seed forever. It's this, what he called right here, this region where David went and conquered this land from the Syrians and extended the border there, okay? Now to the river Egypt. Let's get that. 1 Kings, right? Chapter 4 and verse 21. Start 20. Judah and Israel were many as the sand which is by the sea in multitude, eating and drinking and making merry. Verse 21. And Solomon reigned over all kingdoms from the river unto the land of the Philistines. So what river is he talking about? He's talking about the river Jordan all the way to the land of the Philistines. He's giving you east to west. This is the east to west geographical explanation here, from east to west, right? And unto the border of Egypt. Now it's giving you a south border of Egypt. They brought peasants and served Solomon all the days of his life. So this is the region where he's getting all the way down to the border of Egypt, right? So this is a coastal occupation and extending of the borders. It's not from the river of the Nile River all the way down, going down to Ethiopia and modern day Eritrea. That's not the land. It's right on the coastal part where he's getting this border, where this border is talking about the land that the Most High promised Abram. All right, understand. So going back, right? Let's go back to Canaan. Right, we're gonna read a couple things and then we're gonna get in Jubilees right quick, right? This is Genesis. Okay, Genesis 9 and verse 24. This is when Noah was asleep and, Ham saw him, his nakedness. Verse 25. And he said, Cursed be Canaan. This is very important to know. Cursed be Canaan. A servant of servants shall he be unto his brethren. And he said, Blessed be the power, blessed be a higher power of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. Right? Ahiah shall enlarge Japheth, and he shall dwell in the tents of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. This is important. Now, people might think that the curse came right here, right? This is where the curse began because he saw Noah's nakedness. No, because his daddy saw Noah's nakedness. Ham is the one that did evil, but Canaan is getting cursed right here. Noah's just repeating something that was already established. He was making it clear. So we're going to read about that right now in Jubilees, right? Okay. Let's go. Let's establish a couple things right quick, right? We're going to read about Shem's inheritance right quick. This is Jubilees, chapter 8 and verse 17. This portion came forth by lot of Shem. So when the Most High, for when Noah's 3 sons divided the land after the flood, he's going to tell you the portion came to Shem and his sons, that they should possess it forever unto his generations forevermore. And Noah rejoiced that this portion came forth for Shem and for his sons. This is Elam, Arphaxad, Aram. These are the sons of Shem, right? And he remembered all that he had spoken with his mouth in prophecy, for he had said, Blessed be Ahiah, power of Shem, right? And may Ahiah dwell in the dwellings of Shem. This is another way you know about the land, is Ahiah dwells there, right? In the dwellings of Shem. Verse 19. And he knew the Garden of Eden is the holy of holies and the dwelling of Ahiah. And Mount Sinai, the center of the desert, and which is right here where we're at. And Mount Zion, the center of the navel of the earth. These three were created as holy places facing each other, right? There's a certain point I want to get to, and then we'll jump right out of this. And he blessed, this is verse 20, and he blessed the power of powers who had put the word of the Most High into his mouth, and the Most High forevermore. And he knew that a blessed portion and a blessing had come to Shem and his sons unto the generations forever, the whole land of Eden, and the whole land of the Red Sea, and the whole land of the east, and India, and on the Red Sea, and the mountains thereof, and all the land of Bashan, right? And all the land of Lebanon, remember that land, and the islands of Kaftur, and all the mountains of Sinir and Amana, and the mountains of Ashur, which is Assyria, in the north, and all the lands of Elam, Ashur and Babel, Susan, Madai, and all the mountains of Ararat, and all the region beyond the sea, which is beyond the mountains of Ashur, towards towards the north, a blessed and spacious land, and all that is in it is very good, right? So Shem got some land that's very good. Now, what you got to understand is as we're reading all these lands, right? All these areas, all these inheritance from Shem. The portion that the Most High is given to Abram and his seed is in this region, right? And Noah knows this region is good. I'll read one more thing about it, right? Read one more thing about it. This is Jubilees chapter 8 and verse 30. It says, the land of Shem, I'm reading halfway through. The land of Shem is neither hot nor cold, but it is blended cold and heat. So this is another thing that you can know what the land is. It's warm and hot, right? Now, let's get over here to chapter 9 and verse 14. It says, and thus the sons of Noah divided unto their sons in the presence of Noah their father, and he bound them all with an oath, imprecating a curse on every one that what? Sought to seize the portion which had not fallen to him by his lot. So this should start to give you understanding why Canaan is cursed, right? This talking about the man curse, not the land. And they all said, so be it, so be it. They all agreed to it for themselves and their sons forever. So Ham's son, one of them being Canaan, this is curses, this oath is, he's binded to it. Canaan is bound to this oath. For themselves and their sons forever throughout their generations till the day of judgment, on which a higher power shall judge them with a sword and with fire for all the unclean wickedness of their errors wherewith they have filled the earth with transgressions and uncleanliness and fornication and sin, right? So as you can see, all the land was divided. Japheth got the north, Shem got the middle, Ham got the southern, and it was an oath that said you're going to be cursed if you go in a land that's not your land. So let's read what Canaan did. Now we are on Jubilees chapter 10, and we start at verse 28. And Ham and his sons went into the land which he was to occupy, which he acquired as his portion in the land of the south, because Ham got the south. And Canaan saw the land of Lebanon. Remember we read Lebanon is in the tents of Shem, right? The land of Lebanon. He saw the land of Lebanon. This is a coastal bordering the coastal land bordering the Mediterranean Sea. Canaan saw the land of Lebanon to the river Egypt. This is the whole land, which is, we just said, shown that the Most High said he's going to give to Abram, right? To the river Egypt, that it was very good. This is what I said, the land is very good. And he went not into the land of his inheritance to the west, that is to the sea. And he dwelt in the land of Lebanon, eastward and westward, from the border of Jordan. So now you get another east-west geographical location. It says, from Lebanon, eastward and westward, from the border of Jordan, the Jordan River, and from the border of the sea, the Mediterranean Sea. So you're getting the east-west right there. So this is the first part that tells you that the land of Canaan borders when you go to the east at the Jordan River. All right, that's the east border. And Ham his father, and Cush and Mizraim his brother said unto him, thou hast settled in the land which is not thine, and which did not fall to us by lot. Do not do so, for if thou doth do so, thou and thy sons will fall in the land and be accursed through sedition. See that? For by sedition ye have settled, and by sedition will thy children fall, and thou shalt be rooted out forever. Dwell not in the dwelling of Shem. For to Shem and his sons did it come by their lot. Cursed art thou, and cursed shalt thou be beyond all the sons of Noah, by the curse by which we bound ourselves by an oath in the presence of the holy judge, and in the presence of Noah our father. But he did not hearken unto them, and dwelt in the land of Lebanon from Hamath to the entering of Egypt, he and his sons until this day. And for this reason that land is named Canaan. You see that? You see that? So we're getting the clear breakdown of how Canaan got in the land, right? And how it was named, right? Now let's get a Zondervan bring out right quick. Let's get a Zondervan bring out on Canaan, right? Zondervan Bible Dictionary. And it says Canaan. Canaanites, right? Canaan, give you pronunciation, all that, right? H40, 46, Gentilic. Let's just start reading. Fourth son of Ham, father of Sidon, an ancestor of many Canaanite peoples groups, such as the Hittites, the Jebusite, and the Amorites. For reasons that are unclear, he received the curse from Manoah. Well, it's clear to us. We just read it. he received uh he received the curse from Noah as a result of Ham's offense. We just went over that. We know what's going on, right? In the Bible, the name is used almost always to designate the land west of Jordan. You see that? So again, this is a second bring out to show you that the land of Canaan is west on the other side of the Jordan River, right? Occupied by the Israelites at the time of the conquest, though in a wider sense, it included parts of Syria. The land Hamath, right? That Canaan dwelled in. That's part of Syria, right? But this land was given by Lot, and that's modern day Syria. But this land was given by Lot to what? Abram and his descendants, right? Now, let's go on to scripture and start lining all this up, right? And showing these lands in scripture, right? Let's go to Numbers, right? Let's start there. And, you know, it's a reason why we're doing this. We bring it out as we go, all right? This is Numbers. All right. Well, we're going to go a little further. We got to go up to 32, not 22, 32. Yeah, 32. Okay, here we go. Numbers 32. Now the children of, starting at verse 1. Now the children of Reuben and the children of Gad had a very great multitude of cattle, and when they saw the land of Jazer, right, and the land of Gilead, remember we said Gilead was one of the heritage lands of Shem, that behold, the place was a place for cattle. Right, verse 2. The children of Gad and the children of Reuben came and spake unto Moses and to Eleazar the priest and unto the princes of the congregation, saying, Ataroth and Dibon and Jazer and Nimrah and Heshbon and Elilah and Shabam and Nebo and beyond, even the country which the Most High smote before the congregation of Israel, is a land for cattle, and thy servants have cattle. We got cattle. Wherefore said they, if we have found grace in thy sight, let this land be given unto thy servants for a possession, and bring us not over Jordan. You see that? We don't want to take our possession over Jordan. We want to take it right here. Showing you that the land that on the east side of Jordan, that's not the land. He said, I want my possession right on this side. Now, let's jump over to verse 16, because what happens here, Moses, you know, he rebukes him because he's like, don't discourage your brethren, like, you know, the situation happened before when the 10 spies went up and saw the land, and the 12 spies went up and spied the land, and 10 of them came back with an evil report. Joshua and Caleb came back with a faithful report, and discouraged, you know, the brethren from going up to take the land that the Most High promised him. He said, don't do that. So this is the reply of Reuben and Gad. Numbers 32 and 16. And they came near unto him and said, we will build sheepfolds here for our cattle and cities for our little ones, but we ourselves will go ready, armed before the children of Israel, until we have brought them into their place, and our little ones shall dwell in the fenced cities because of the inhabitants of the land. We will not return unto our houses until the children of Israel have inherited every man his inheritance. For we will not inherit with them on yonder side Jordan. We're not going to inherit our possession on the other side of Jordan or forward, because our inheritance is fallen to us on this side Jordan eastward. You see it? So clear. All right. Let's get a little bit more. All right. Let's see. Let's jump down to verse 32. We will pass over armed before the Most High into the land of Canaan, that the possession of our inheritance on this side of Jordan may be ours. So, As you see it now, it says that they're going to pass over Jordan into the land of Canaan to get the land. This is the land. This is what it is being promised to the Most High's chosen people, right? Verse 33, and Moses gave unto them, even to the children of Gad, and to the children of Reuben, and unto the half tribe of Manasseh, son of Joseph, the king of Sihon, the kingdom of Sihon, king of the Amorites, and the kingdom of all, king of Bashan, the land with the cities thereof in the coast, even the cities of the country round about. So Reuben, Gad, and Manasseh took that land, right? And they took it on that side. Now, let's look at something else. Let's look at the borders of the land, right? This is Numbers chapter 34 and 1. And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, command the children of Israel, say unto them, when ye come into the land of Canaan, this is the land that shall fall unto you for an inheritance, even the land of Canaan, with the coast thereof. This is the land that Ahijah, your father, promised you, right? Now, we're just going to jump right over to the eastern border, because this is the issue that, that I want to make clear, right? The land of Canaan is is west of the Jordan River, right? We're going to read it right now. This is Numbers 34 and verse 9. And the border shall go on to Ziphron, and the going out of it shall be at Hazar Enan. This shall be your north border. Hazar Enan is just above the Sea of Galilee, right? A little bit ways up, right? Now, and you shall point out your east border from Hazar Enan to Shaphan. And this is a north and south, connected dots or connected cities type situation here, right? And the coast shall go down from Shaphan to Riblah on the east side of Ain, and the borders shall descend and shall reach unto the side of the Sea of Chinnereth eastward. The Sea of Chinnereth is another name for the Sea of Galilee, y'all, right? Verse 12, and the border shall go down to Jordan. This is the Jordan River. This is the whole border. The Jordan River is the border. And the going out of it shall be at the Salt Sea. This is the Dead Sea. And this shall be your land with the coast thereof round about. So this is just showing you, when it comes to the eastern border of the land of Canaan, it's from the Sea of Galilee, the Jordan River, and the Salt Sea. All right, so us, where we at? All right, making it clear, we're in Jordan. I'm in Jordan. We're on the east side of the Sea of Galilee, the Jordan River, and the Salt Sea, and the wilderness of Paran. Some call it the wilderness of Zin, right? We're on the east side of that. All right, so we are not in this land, all right, as a land of protection. This is what I'm bringing this out for. This is not the land that we have for protection, right? Let's read the scripture that brings out this understanding, right? Second Ezra, right? All of us that are here in Jordan, we know this scripture, right? Second Ezra, let's read chapter 9. Let's read that one. Okay, so this is Second Ezra chapter 9 and verse 7. It says, and everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith, right? Works of the law, faith in the Mashiach Yeshai, whereby ye have believed, verse 8, shall be preserved from the said perils. You're going to be kept from the hour of temptation, the great tribulation, right? And shall see my salvation in my land, highest land, and within my borders. For I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. Most High sanctified this remnant from the beginning. And he said he's going to save them within the borders. So the salvation, the protection, the safe place is not in Jordan, you guys. It's in the borders, which we just went over, of Canaan. And that is the land promised to our forefathers, right? Let's read one more. All right. Matter of fact, let me go to Revelation. We'll come back to that right quick. All right. Let's go to Revelation right quick. All right, let's go to Revelation. No, let's go ahead and read it. Let's read in 1 Ezra. Second Ezra chapter 13 and verse. Let's read. We'll just start at verse 45. This is talking about the northern kingdom that went into Azareth, right? This is 2 Ezra 13 and 45. For through that country there was a great way to go, the country Azareth, namely of a year and a half, and the same region is called Azareth, right? Verse 46. Then dwelt they there until the latter time. They're going to dwell there all the way to these last days now. And now when they shall begin to come out of Babylon, Yasharallah. All right, be not a partaker of her sins and receive not of her plagues. We talked about some of them plagues going on already. Come up out of there, right? Verse 47. The highest, Ahijah, shall stay the springs of the stream again, that they may go through. Therefore sawest thou the multitude with peace. There was a multitude in the dream shown to Ezra, the people that were coming, and gathering with Hamashiach on Mount Zion. Verse 48. But those that be left behind, those that don't perish, those that don't die, that's what left behind means scripturally. But those that be left behind of thy people are they that are found within my borders. You're already in the borders. These are people that are in the borders. So when these 10 tribes get gathered, when Hamashiach comes, before Hamashiach comes, there's going to be some that are left behind that are already in his borders. This is the hope of the lot that we hope to endure, us in Jordan here. This is the lot that we hope to fall under, to be able to go into his land and have protection there, have safety there, have provision there, and to dwell there the years of the great tribulation of the hour of temptation, right? Now, let's go to Revelation chapter 3 and get some prophecy, right? Start at verse 7. And to the angel of the church in Philadelphia write, mind you, Amon's ancient name during the time of John the Revelator was called Philadelphia. So this prophecy was talking about people in this region, a church and assembly in this region, right? And to the angel of the church in Philadelphia write, these things said he that is holy, he that is true, he that hath the key of David, he that openeth and no man shutteth, and shutteth and no man openeth. Bless your name, Ahijah. Verse 8, I know thy works, behold, I have set before thee an open door, right? The church of Philadelphia here in Amman, modern day, and in Jordan, it said there is an open door, right? And no man can shut it. And nobody's going to stop this way, this open door, this path that the Most High done set before us, right? For thou hast a little strength and hast kept my word and hast not denied my name. What is his name? Ahijah, Ashur, Ahijah, right? So let's look at this open door, right? And see what it is, right? All y'all in the truth, y'all know what it is. Y'all know where we're going. But we're going to go a little further after we go there, right? This is Hosea chapter 2, verse 14. Therefore, behold, I will allure her, that's Israel, and bring her into the wilderness. This is where we're at right now. And speak comfortably unto her. Man, I know it's a lot of us don't know what that means. Speak comfortably unto her. Man. Let's go over it. Let's hit it right quick. Isaiah 40 and 12, right? Isaiah 40 and 2. We'll start at 1. Comfort ye, my people, saith your power. Verse 2. Speak ye comfortably to Jerusalem. What does that mean? And cry unto her that her warfare is accomplished, that her iniquity is pardoned, for she had received of a highest hand double for all her sins. So this is the words of speaking comfortably that the Most High is going to speak to us when he meet us at this mountain, right? When he put that new covenant in our hearts, he's going to give us consoling words. He's going to say, man, don't worry. All right, your cup of iniquity is finished, right? Now you're going to have everlasting peace, everlasting joy. Wipe away all your tears. You're going to lie down outside. Ain't nothing going to make you afraid. That's a little bit into the next video. But, right, that's what it means, speak comfortably unto us, right? Starting over again, Hosea 2 and 14. Therefore, behold, I will allure her and bring her into the wilderness and speak comfortably unto her. Verse 15. And I will give her vineyards from thence. So from the wilderness, we're going to get our vineyards and the valley of Achor for a door of hope. So now we know that open door that was spoken and prophesied to the church of Philadelphia. It's a door of hope, right? And it is titled as the valley of Achor, right? And she shall sing there as in the days of her youth, as in the day when she came up out of the land of Egypt. Showing you that the she is Israel coming up out of Egypt, right? So the Valley of Achor, we're going to identify that. Why? So we can show that that's in the land and that's not in Jordan. So the land and the salvation and the deliverance is only can be inside the bordered lands of Canaan, which is Israel, right? So let's get that in Joshua, right? And we'll just hit on the little points just to bring it out, right? We'll hit on the points to bring it out. Let's see. Okay, this is Joshua chapter 7, verse 1. But the children of Israel committed a trespass in the accursed thing, for Achan, the son of Carmi, the son of Zabdi, the son of Zerah, of the tribe of Judah, took of the accursed thing, and the anger of Ahiah was kindled against the children of Israel. And Joshua sent men from Jericho of Ai, which is beside Beth Aven, on the east side of Bethel. So you know Bethel, that's like in the geographically in one of the middle cities of Israel, right? And spake unto them, saying, Go up and view the country. And the men went up and viewed Ai. So when they went up to Ai, they end up getting beat back by some Canaanites there. And just to tell you the story, and what happened is Ahiah said, I can't go with you because you got a cursed thing in the camp. Somebody did something wicked, something evil, so I can't go with you till you check that, till you correct that, till you get that up out the camp. Camp supposed to be holy, right? So, just to run over to what happened, Joshua, brought them all, and the Most High started revealing, what tribe the accursed thing was in, and then what family accursed thing was in, then what house it was in, and then what man's house that was, and then the actual man of that house, he brought it out, and it was the man Achan, right? So we'll read right quick. Same chapter, Joshua chapter 7, verse 22. So Joshua sent messengers, and they ran unto the tent, and behold, it was hid in the tent, and the silver under it. So everything that Achan had taken, he had confessed it, and Joshua sent messengers to go take it out. Verse 23. And they took them out of the midst of the tent, and brought them unto Joshua and unto all the children of Israel, and laid them out before the Most High. And Joshua and all Israel with him took Achan the son of Zerah, and the silver, and the garment, and the wedge of gold, and his sons and his daughters, and his oxen, and his asses, and his sheep, and his tent, and all that he had. And they brought them unto the valley of Achor. You see that? Now this is telling you the valley of Achor, the open door of hope, is in the land, because they're already in the land trying to battle, and they're in Bethel, and they're trying to go up in Ai, right? Verse 25, and Joshua said, Why hast thou troubled us? Ahiah shall trouble thee this day. And all Israel stoned him with stones, and burned them with fire after they had stoned them with stones. And they raised over him a great heap of stones unto this day. So Ahiah turned from the fierceness of his anger, so he didn't get mad no more with Israel, and he fought with them from this point on. Wherefore the name of the place was called the Valley of Achor, trouble, the Valley of Trouble, unto this day. So we went over that to show you that the open door pertains to the Valley of Achor, which is in the land, which is where he's going to take us into when we go into the land, right? So understand, these borders are the borders given unto us, and we got to respect these, right? We got to respect this as the border, Let's get another account, right? I'll just bring this little bit out right quick, right? This is Joshua chapter 22. Chapter 20 and verse 7. These are about cities of refuge. And they appointed Kadesh in Galilee, right? In Mount Naphtali, and Shechem in Mount Ephraim, and Kiriath Arba, which is Hebron, in the mountain of Judah. So these are the three cities of refuge that are in the land. Mind you, all these are tribes: Naphtali, Ephraim, and Judah, all inside Canaan. Now, verse 8. And on the other side Jordan, by Jericho eastward, they assigned Bezer in the wilderness, upon the plain, out of the tribe of Reuben. So you remember Reuben took their inheritance on the other side of Jordan, right? This is give you geographical location, right? And I want to also speak. This is one of the verses that the Most High. This is actually the verse the Most High told me to start searching, to help me start searching where the wilderness was, right? When I first came to Jordan, this was the town I was looking for, Bezer, right? Because it's in the wilderness. Continuing on, upon the plain out of the tribe of Reuben, and Ramoth Gilead out of the tribe of Gad, another tribe that took their inheritance on the other side of Jordan. And Gilead is also one of the towns that was given to Shem, right? But it's on the what? The east side of Jordan. And Golan in Bashan out of the tribe of Manasseh. So verse 9, these were the cities appointed for all the children of Israel and for the stranger that sojourns among them, that whosoever kill any person at unawares, meaning he didn't do it on purpose, might flee thither and not die by the hand of the avenger until he stood before the congregation, until he stood before the elders. So it's just another bring out showing you, the difference between the lands, right? Now, let's go to another one of Joshua, chapter 22 and 25. And, we already made the point. We're just going over a couple more verses. Joshua 22 and 25. For I had made Jordan a border between us and you, ye children of Reuben and children of Gad. Ye have no part in the Most High, so shall your children make our children cease from fearing the higher. So this was something that was being quoted by the Reubenites when they took the 12 stones, and they wrote on the 12 stones the laws of the Most High, and they made it a pillar. And when the 9.5 tribes saw this, they thought that the 3 tribes, Reuben, Gad, and the half tribe of Manasseh, were building an altar to worship another power, and they came to come fight against them. So they said, look, we building this pillar because we don't want our children to say that the Most High made a border between us and you, ye children of Reuben and children of Gad, and ye have no part in the Most High, so your children shall make our children to cease from fearing the higher. Verse 26. Therefore we said, let us now prepare to build us an altar, not for burnt offerings, nor for sacrifice, but that we may be a witness between us, that it may be a witness between us and you, and our generations after us, that we might do the service of the Most High before him with our burnt offerings and with our sacrifices and with our peace offerings, that your children may not say to our children in the time to come, ye have no part in the Most High, right? So, as you see, this is even looked at geographically, like by the Reubenites and Gadites and the half tribe of Manasseh. Like, man, our children gonna look at this like, man, it's a big old river in between here, right? We can't. How are we a part of that nation over there, right? So this is one of the things they built up as a memorial, so the children of Israel will have this understanding, on what the land is. So, I went into that, right, and of course, there's more borders. He got the borders also in Ezekiel. Let's try to hit that right quick. The borders in Ezekiel, and then we'll leave it alone, right? This is when the kingdom cometh, right? The kingdom cometh. Here we go. Okay, so you got Ezekiel chapter 47 and start at 17 again. And the border from the sea shall be Hazar Anan. We read this, remember? The border of Damascus in Syria, right? And the northward, and the northward, and the border of Hamath, and this is the north side, verse 18. And the east side, this is the kingdom now, shall be measured from Havran and from Damascus, because David extended the borders, right? And from Gilead, remember that you keep hearing that town, Gilead. Mind you, this is on the east side of Jordan. And from the land of Israel by Jordan, from the border unto the east sea, the Jordan River, from the border unto the east sea, this is the east side. So you got the Jordan River unto the east sea, and this is the east side. So the east sea is what? The Red Sea. So again, the same borders are there, same breakdown is there, same revelation is there. We get one more, man. We get one more. All right. And I'm saying this because the times are getting short. Yeah, Charlotte, we gotta have some time. To break. Matter of fact, yeah, this is the last one we're gonna do. This is Joshua chapter 5. Most High willing. This is Joshua chapter 15, verse 5. And the east border was the Salt Sea, Dead Sea, even unto the end of Jordan, the Jordan River, and their border to the north quarter was from the Bay of the Sea at the utmost part of Jordan. The Bay of the Sea is what? Sea of Chinnereth, the Sea of Galilee. So it's the same thing, right? We just wanted to, man, that was something right there I could have brought out with it too. All right, let me go back to that. It's the same thing, y'all. This ain't the extra version, right? I had it marked, right? Verse 6, and the border went up to Beth Hoglah, and passed along by the north of Beth Araba, and the border went up to the stone of Bohan, the son of Reuben. And the border went up toward Debir from the valley of Achor, right? And so northward looking toward Gilgal, that is before going up to Adamam. See, these are a lot of cities, man. You got to get your ancient map, get your biblical map, and you can look up at these cities. So I went over that, right, to show Yasharala, right? We are not in the land, all right? And everyone in that's coming this way, everyone that's understanding what's going on, as we read in Revelation, the Most High has a remnant that He's going to keep from the hour of temptation. That remnant is going to have protection within the borders in the land. We read also in Baruch, that's where the protection is. It's going to be, and Zion between in the wilderness between Zion and Mount Zion and Mount Olives, and that's where the protection is. So us in Jordan, we're not protected. We're not safe here, as according to the prophecies to be kept from the hour of temptation. This is a dwelling place for now until we get the new covenant, and then we're gonna most high willing go on head up north, and we'll get the tabernacle, the tent, out of Mount Nebo where Moses saw the heritage of the Most High, and then we're gonna cross that Jordan River again. Bless your name, Ahaya. With the power of Ahaya Bashimishai, we're going to cross that river again. And we're going to go into the land. We're going to pass through the valley Achor. And we're going to go dwell in Sharon. Well, Sharon's going to be a place where our flocks are going to be feeding. We're going to dwell by the valley of Kidron, in the valley of Kidron, which is going to be made, alive, made like the Garden of Eden. I'm going to go over this again. I already went over this before. And how will we return to Israel, that lesson. But now, I'm just going over now for Israel to know. Like a lot of us here, we're not even in the wilderness. It's time to get down to the wilderness, at least get some practice living this type of life, right? Because the fleeing to the wilderness, that's not going to be a literal grabbing your bags and running and speeding down the freeway and getting down here. You got to set up your tent. You got to learn how to live this life. You got to get adapted to living outside, sleeping outside, the weather. That junk is torrid at sometimes, man. All right, it's a whole lot. Got used to being used to, certain things like, not having hot water all the time, and relieving yourself, right? Out here, even the women, y'all got different hygiene, different hygiene expectations than men, y'all got to get out here. You do a couple days and go back, do a couple days and go back, get your tent. Your tent can't get put up. The type of tent you need, it can't get put up in minutes. That takes like half a day. All right, if you want to put it up right. So I pray Yashra, man, y'all take the time, man, to understand where you need to be, and don't be at peace like in the border protected land already, because you're not. All right, we are not in the land of protection. The land of protection is on the other side of Jordan. The land that He promised our forefathers forever is on the other side of Jordan. It's called Canaan, right? We are not in that land. So I pray y'all take heed of this word. Pray y'all pray and fast and on it if you have to. Seeking the Most High and His Holy Spirit if you don't have it. And let's get ready and do it, y'all. Most High is hastening times, hastening the kingdom, and He's doing the things, to get us ready. With that, I'm gonna just say y'all have a blessed rest of y'all preparation, and have a holy and blessed Sabbath day. Cease from your labors and bless the Most High. We about to bring it in with worship and praise, right? All glory, thanks, praise, and honor to our power, Ahaya, Ashur Ahaya, Bahashem Hamashiach Yeshai, Kwam Yasharala. Most High willing, next lesson will be on our dwellings in the land, Most High will, or the remnant, and the stage that will be set for Hamashiach to have to return warring like He says He will, right? We're going to bring that out next, right? I praise the Most High, Bahashem Yeshai. Shalom.